And we're going right now. So now they're going to start hollering and dollaring and giving me some followings. Start talking the noise. Peeps, what's up? Let's get going. Was on ESPN. We getting everywhere now. I'm looking at this stuff. All the stuff I get put out here. They're always. Social media is funny, man. It gets everywhere. What's up, peeps? How y'all doing? Who they hollering at me right there? Jersey, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man? Guys, listen. I'm in LA right now, right? Tonight, I'll just let you know. What is all this stuff? Okay. I'm in LA. What's up, peeps? What's up? How y'all doing over there? What's up, Playmaker? What's up, my peeps? Huh? Let's get this. Let's get this. I got to talk to y'all about that camp. I've been at the camp. I've been out there. I told y'all all I need to do is go to camp to see some things, and I saw a lot of good things. A lot of good things. I saw some things we can work on too, but a base of some good things. This is going to be an interesting year. I'm telling y'all, man, as Cowboy fans, this year, there's a lot of people chirping already, and a lot of, a lot of people talking a lot of noise about what they think the Cowboys won't even have a chance to do. And this time, we always get everybody's talking about us as the delusional fan base. Before I came on today, I saw somebody on social media, talking about this stuff. And they were saying that out of the first 30 Super Bowls, two teams dominated. That was Dallas and San Francisco. So in the first 30 Super Bowls, two teams won 10 of them. Now, two teams won 10 of them. The last 30 has been a little bit different. And that's all everybody's talking about. Cowboys haven't done it in 30 years. Cowboys haven't done it in 30 years. As if the Cowboys are, and I understand because the brand says it, supposed to be there every year. And I understand because the brand says it. It says America's team. And in those first 30, we've gotten used to having that glory in our story, a deep run playoff, and all of those things. And it just haven't happened here in the last 30. At camp, I got a chance to talk to Dak Prescott. I asked him about that. You'll hear that. That'll come up on the White House. Man, sat down with CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. Dude, I'm going to say this, man. Y'all know how I feel about CD, and I love when I was talking to him about how he sees everything, and he sees the pressure he knows is there, but he has more pressure on himself than anybody can have on him. He's always been that way, and that's what I loved about him when he first called me talking about it. And I laid it to him. I said the pressure is going to be immense, and if you can't handle it, don't wear it. He said he remembers that, he knows that, he understands that, and he could handle that. That's what he's always handled. So I enjoyed my conversation with him. I didn't get a chance to sit him down. I wish I should have. But I talked with Von Miller. And I was telling Von about this great landing spot that Dallas can be. He grew up in Dallas, his family's in Dallas. I think, man, this would be a great place to land your plane. And he thought I was talking about playing 1 year. And I was like, no, Vaughn, if we can get two. Let me tell you why I say this. I told him, I said, we can get 3 good years. 3 years landing your plane. You got 3 years left in you. Vaughn becomes, and this is what I loved about him, dude. I'm telling you guys, he was there as soon as I saw him. He came out on the field, and he yeah, immediately went coaching these young guys. I saw him over there grabbing the young guys, taking them through moves. I said this. Now, I believe we can get, you know, 8, 9, 10 sacks this year, 8, 9, 10 sacks next year. That third year, maybe you can get 6 that last year, but what you'll get is him helping all of those young guys with the vast of knowledge. I remember talking with DeMarcus Ware about Vaughn when he went over to Denver to play with Vaughn when they went and won that Super Bowl. And DeMarcus Ware has such admiration and love for Von Miller. I just can't tell you how happy I am that he is going to be with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, dog, let me tell you something. I also got a chance to. I'm 48. I've seen the boys and win 3 rings, hoping we can get another. I'm with you on that, buddy. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, brother. We all want to see that. We want to at least listen. Miami didn't win last year. Miami did not win a championship last year. But Miami got to a championship last year. And merely getting there backs up all of these mother brother sucker duckers out here that always trying to talking when any team ain't walk no walk. That's what bothers me. We always get people saying, y'all haven't won in 30 years. We get that from shit. We get that shit from people that haven't won ever. And that trips me out. Oh, okay. Facts are, we haven't won in 30 years. But you represent a franchise that have never won. You shouldn't say anything. Let's move that out the way. If you represent a franchise that has only won 1 or 2 and haven't won in the last 30 years, you shouldn't say anything. You see what I mean? When you put that finger at us, understand that those other 3 come back at you. So I'm telling you, but this will be the year. And I love how people mess with us every year this time of year saying, oh no, y'all don't have a chance. I'm telling you. And this is not my heart speaking, but my heart does speak. This is going to be a different year. A real different year. Okay, go. Got that around. I'm telling y'all, what y'all got over here, man? Right the heck with team. I bet we KO everything. What are you saying? Is that Christy? Christy, oh, I can barely see these words. Hurt, turnover, hurts. This, I'm here in LA. I can barely see this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm here in LA, right? And we were I was walking on Melrose just a minute ago, doing some shopping. Who's the start running back? What do you mean who's the running back? You know who's gonna go running back. Go Birds. See that killer. You putting that Go Birds stuff out here. Listen, I was just at walking to Melrose. We got some dude coming out. Yeah, because Melrose here in LA has all of these unique stores that you can buy stuff that nobody else really has, that nobody else will see. So whenever I'm gonna buy something out of a store, I like to go walk Melrose or something like that, just to shop. Because if I don't get my stuff made, most of the stuff, if you buy it there, you won't see someone else wearing it. You go to store malls, everybody wearing that stuff. So I never do that since those Oak Tree days when I used to buy at the mall in Oak Tree when I first got to the league, So So I'm walking these unique stores, and some guy just comes up and starts singing. Fly, eagles, fly. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, come on, bro. You know, I'm hot. I'm just trying to hide and get my shopping in, and hear you hollering this fly, eagles, fly. Dude, it's here now, dude. I said to him, didn't your Super Bowl ring or the chance at it scurry itself on over to New England? Didn't that happen? You get it. You good. Didn't that happen? Didn't they scurry themselves right on over to New England? He said, no, he has the next big thing. And I want to see the next big thing. It's one thing to have it. It's another thing to put it on the football field, and it performs in a great way right away. Right away. And don't tell me about what you heard coming out of training camp about this guy doing this and this guy doing that and this guy doing that and this guy's going to replace A.J. Brown and all this and everything. All of that is just it's Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I'm gonna huff and puff and blow your house down, but the house don't ever fall. Because all you're doing is telling me what you don't know. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Now, I need to see this on game day, not in your practices, not coming out of your camp, because they're going to be bringing things out of that camp that will, they're going, if they know A.J. Brown is going now. So what they do in camp is what coaches and everybody does. They tell everybody, oh yeah, this guy's having a great camp. This guy is really playing well. Oh, Lemon is really doing. You're trying to ease your pain of the guy you let go. You know? You're trying to ease your pain of the guy you let go. So you'll hear all of that. You know what I mean? You'll hear people say, oh no, man, we're playing well. No. Lemon's playing well. He did this. He did that. I'm not even gonna say. I'm anxious to see what happens in real games up against real competition. So and real bullets. Let me see you show up and play well like that. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. So it's going to be interesting, guys. And I don't understand either way too. Why everybody, even in Philly, how you be so gun-ho about your team and how you love your team so much and think you got a shot. But then you guys do what you do to Jalen Hurts. Like, stop it. Jalen Hurts has played great for you guys, and you treat him like nothing. You treat him like garbage. You put him right back on the firing line and say, if you don't get us here this year, we're getting rid of you. Even though you've gotten us to 2 Super Bowls. That's why you'll never, yeah, I just don't, I don't buy all of that. But I do like Philly. I like it when in the offseason, so let me just say that. Here, let me go into my list, talk to you guys about what I'm talking about, because I have thoughts that I put down, that I want to bring up right here. You know, dude, I don't know if I can even tell y'all what I did last night, what happened last night, man. Oh my God, it was crazy. I think I gotta wait. I'm pretty sure I have to wait. But I got called, well, I can say I got summoned because it was like mafia-like stuff to a dinner last night. I got summoned last night to a dinner with Martin Lawrence. It's an interesting dinner. He proposed something to me that I think is very interesting. And actually, I really like the idea. And we talked for a while about it. And even after what I went through with him last night, and I can't tell you because you guys will see it. You'll see all of it. after what I went through with him last night, and they pulled it off. I was like, oh man, this is all this was. But then he was like, no, no, no. What we talked about was real. What I'm proposing to you is absolutely real. So that'll be interesting. Let me tell you what he proposed to me. I can say that. I can't tell you about the whole night. But well, I can tell you what he wants to do. You guys tell me your thoughts on this. Martin's idea. I don't know. Maybe I should. Can I say something? It involves a sitcom. It will involve a sitcom. I'll leave it at that without going too far into it because I don't want anybody's taking his ideas. I think he has genius ideas. He's a brilliant guy. But and it's so funny. He was talking about his sitcom, Martin, and we were talking about how it has been around for so long, and little kids know his song that never even it's amazing how some things just transcend in time, and that's what Martin has done. Some of the greats have done, the Martins, the Will Smiths, all of that stuff. So, yeah, man, I'm really listen. But what Martin came up with was great, though. Talking about getting some writers and putting that show together, I'll be able to tell you guys that I promise you it's going to be great. It's going to be funny because he's funny. And just having him there was an honor. I went by myself. I didn't take anybody with me. I just wanted to hear what he had to say, and it was a great dinner and a great time. Boy, I can't tell y'all how he got me though. I can't tell you. Yeah, I believe too, buddy. See, I can see what you're saying. I just can't read these names. Is that Dream? DEAM or DREM? I see what you're saying, man. And I believe Dallas is going to win the division too. I know last year Philadelphia beat the system. I mean, we hadn't had a back-to-back winner in what 2 decades or something, whatever that was, and they beat the system by going back to back. But I think that turns this year. I do think that turns. I think they get back on pace with that moving around, or I should say, this Dallas gets on that case where they go and win a couple. You know what I mean? Go and win a couple, a couple division titles in a row. A couple division winners. No division champs, just division winners. Stop saying that. Somebody wins the division, they're not a champ. They're division winners, and we're looking for Dallas to be that division winner this year. Listen, right now, I know when people ain't talking about Mackay Lemon over at Philadelphia, but I'm talking about, man, that they got in the first round. Big resources on. We got that pass rusher. Devon Miller's going to be helping. We shored up, locked down that defensive line. It'll be the strongest unit, I believe, on the Cowboys this year. When I look at it, that defensive line, I believe, will be the strongest unit. And as I told you guys, that running up the middle, since we closed down the stadium, the old stadium has been our Achilles heel. This year, we should have a chance to correct that. And if we're going to go tit for tat, pit for pat, and when you bring in Philly and say, well, look, we found the great one in Mackay Lemon, I'm going to say you spent the first round, you spent the high draft choice on it. We found one that looks great in Camden Brown, right there from St. Thomas. And this I enjoyed more than anything because him being my Raider brother, I wanted to, and him being big like me, I wanted to make sure I watch his practice the whole day. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to tell you guys something right now. I promise you this. And I'm promising you this. He'll make the team. He's going to make the team. And I'm gonna tell you this. It's so much I saw in his game that I can help him improve like that. Like that. Like that. Just like a quick game. A quick improvement, which will yield quick results this year on football field. This I guarantee. I can tell you right now that young man Brown will play a role this season for the Dallas Cowboys. That's how sure I am. That's how sure I really do like this kid. I think they really do like him, and it's so different this time. This time of year, since they take everybody up and then just cut everybody, don't cut down all the way, and it makes it hard when you got to cut down. But some way, this dude, this young man, has made some plays and made enough, and he made enough in a preseason game. He's made some in practice, and I'm telling you, the things I can give him will turn his game to a whole nother level, just like that. I just need 2 days with him, and that's why I took 2 days. I went everywhere, and all this come out. It'll be on the show here next week. The Chargers, I went to the Rams and everything, and I spent the day with them. I spent 2 days with Dallas because I needed more time to dig deeper in. And of course, spend some time with my family, with Jerry and all of them. You know what I mean? So, but I'm telling y'all, this is going to be good. I'm telling you, this young dude from the Raiders, when I tell him there's certain things I need to tell him from watching his game, because we talked about a little bit when I was at the yesterday, but I had to right after practice go and start doing the interviews. I also interviewed Drew Brees, because Drew Brees, the Saints were there, and dude, I love all the fights at that practice. People talking about, the fight. I want scrappiness. I want fighting. And the one thing I saw in every fight that I loved about every fight, when anything broke out, everybody ran over there, especially on defense. That was the kicker. When, I don't remember who got in the fight. They got in a fight. It was their number one offense going to our number one defense, and they got in a fight. That whole defense cleared, ran over. Now, some of the Saints players, offensively, they were kind of meandering over, coming over slowly. I'm watching all of this stuff. I'm watching it. You know why I'm watching it? Because what I told you, defense is about want to, and it's about being with my boys, and I got my boys back and protecting each other, and how close are you? And I needed to see that whole damn defense up and go over there and get in it, because that's the standard that this new defense is setting. That's the standard that this new group has set. And if you are left over here and something's going on over there and you don't get your ass under the eye, there's going to be a problem. What I mean by under the eye, for those of you who do not know, we have these cameras perched high and they film every bit of practice. So if something's going on over here, it'll direct all the attention over there. When we get in film room, your ass better not be over here. You better get your ass somewhere under that eye. We better see everybody around the ball, everybody around the fight. If you're not, then you're going to have a problem. You're going to have some issues. You got to go do some work. You got to do some extra running. You're going to have to do something, or you might have to get the hell out of here. You got to get in the eye. You got to get under that eye. You got to be seen on that camera going and doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's how you build a great team. I want to see Mike play in today's time. I bet y'all still cook Mike. Oh man, listen. That stuff I can't even put brain equity on, since I know it's a non-reality. You know, I just want to, but I do it this way, and this is why I'm saying about Camden Brown, because I do put myself on the field, and he has that kind of talent. If he had my knowledge shoulders up, with his talent shoulders down, this dude here could be something different. Could be something different. You know what else I want to talk to? I know, and we got this event tonight. I'm at the Pump Scaler. Denzel Washington, all of those guys be there tonight. And I want to see him. I'm going to go see, I got to go see Denzel because I want to get him on to my White House podcast. And Denzel's always talking about the Cowboys. I just want to have a conversation with him about what kind of season we are about to have because I know it's going to be a great one. You know what I mean? DM me, playmaker. What does it say, bro? DM me, playmaker. Have someone from your team reach out. Ooh, for what? What you got going, bro? Original. Original, what you got going? What do you want me to DM you for, buddy? Mr. 88, the Cowboys are cooking with hot grease this year. They are. They are. And that's what I like talking to Dak about because Dak talks about it. He said, man, having everybody here, we've been able to focus on playing ball. And why not? Why not speak it? You know, when I talk to Coach Schottenheimer, speaking of why not, I say, do you guys speak about winning a Super Bowl this year? He said, yes, we talk about it. But we know that's the far goal. In order to even make that possible, you got to focus on that first goal, that right in front of you goal, that game each week. But he's not hiding and he's not running from it. You know, he's putting it in the brain right now, trying to stay in the brain. This is where we go, and it's the destination in which we got to go in. But I am about it. I saw some great one-on-one work with Caleb Downs too, and I'm going to tell you something right now. You talk about it's going to be a superstar in the National Football League. Caleb Downs is the way this kid plays, the way this young man plays. He plays back, plays up, comes up in the nickel, locks in. He was on Chris Olave, so he's playing a dude that they just gave $130 million to, and he's locking him up. Now Olave made a great play on the sideline that everybody kind of went back and forth on. Was it a catch? Was it not? Was it a catch? Was it not? If you're with Dallas, you say no, it wasn't a catch. If you're with New Orleans, you say, oh, it was a grab. Dallas said, oh, it was out of bounds. New Orleans said, no, it wasn't. The ref said it was a good catch. But I just loved the battle. I saw him fight all the way to the ground, and this was a top receiver. Like I said, just got $140 million, and he was right there when the ball got there. Chris Olave had to take that ball from him. He was not beat. They both battled for the ball. And that's what I said, boy, we got something special. That dude plays safety looking like a corner. You know what I mean? That's Rod Woodson type stuff. You know what I mean? Leader that rookie is. Right. He's a hell of a leader. That's really that's the kind of stuff that you see him doing. It's amazing. It's the Darren Woodson stuff, you know. And like I talked about, man, he's going to be that kid's going to be that young man. I got to stop saying kids to these dudes because I'm an old man, and they're coming out of college. And college, you know, you sound like you're but you know what I'm saying. They're young men. These are good young men. Good young dudes we got. DM me, man. Playmakers saying that New Orleans Saints. But Rashawn with the German suplex was crazy. Oh yeah, you saw that when he grabbed and tried to suplex my boy. yeah, dude. Fights in camp. Come on, man. It's a waste of time, really. You got these helmets on. You can't really do nothing. You're swinging. It's just frustration, and you're going to be exhausted for the next play after somebody breaks this stuff up. You know, he swing, hit nobody. So, suplex is about the best. about the most effective thing that you can do to cause problems. You know what I'm saying? Suplex somebody. Bam. Oh my God. That was good though. And those guys, they'll be headed home tomorrow. Everybody be headed home tomorrow. I mean Friday, I think Friday they were packing up. They were getting ready. I didn't want to go early. I wanted to go late. I wanted to see. You see, if I would go into camp early, let me tell you the difference. I go to camp early, I can't determine what will get solidified coming out of camp because it's the beginning of camp. Everybody's learning everybody. You go to camp late like I did, you get a chance to see what's coming out of camp that's going into the season. That's why when they asked, I said I wanted to visit the Cowboys last. They wanted to say that we should start with the Cowboys. No. We're not starting with the Cowboys. We can start with the Rams, start with the Chargers. We're going to the Cowboys last. And that's what we did. And I wanted to see I wanted to give them time to become what they're going to become going into the season so I can get an assessment. And that's what I'm trying to give you. I saw that assessment. And I said this to you already, guys. We're going to have one of the best defensive lines in this league. It's a hell of a turnaround from what we've been the last few years. Now, Agent Zero is going to handle business, and I love DeMarvion Overshown. He's going to handle business. I know that. The linebacker core in that secondary. That's what we're going to need to shore up to make sure they can make plays. But with this defensive line, that's going to help a whole lot and help those young guys make plays that know how to make plays. And we got some young guys to make plays. We just, we got to just get some consistency over there. You know what I mean? Get some consistency. I want to talk so much, and there's so much good. We can talk about, I'm so sorry about the wings. Number one pick overall. Easy for getting injured. And they say it's going to miss the season, right? Let me see where it says here. It says, yes. We ain't out for the season, yes. Yeah, and they were talking about like the schedule because, college basketball ends, ends in April, and then you're turning around so quickly to do a WNBA season in May. So, yeah, we just put prayers up. We put prayers up for her and the hopes that she gets well. She gets well and get back soon, But also, and I'm just gonna hit this in basketball right quick. Did you guys see what's going on with the Lakers, right? Now they told 10 billion, now they just sold 12 billion. Lots going on and also the daughter, Jenny Buss is saying no to this sale, to the sale of the Lakers. So I don't understand this thing because now they sold it for 10, and then they're selling it to Trump people. I'm not getting into any of that. I'm just saying we're talking sports. I'm not talking politics. Now they're selling it to Kushner and all of those guys for $12 billion. And Jenny's saying, wait a minute, we're going to stop this right now. And she's trying to stop the sale yeah. I'm like, 12 billion. What do you think the Cowboys are going to be worth? And this was just last year, it went for 10 billion. So somebody made $2 billion just like that. That's pretty crazy when you're talking about it. If it all goes through, you know what I mean? If it all goes through, and they sell, then I got to, because I know you people be talking about, everybody out there, when I say you people, I'm talking about, get rid of Jerry. This goes for $12 billion. You think Jerry can probably go get almost 20 out of the Cowboys. 20 billion, but I wouldn't want him to sell it. No way, y'all. James, you say you agree with me. Well, you agree with me. Well, I agree with Mr. Irvin on what, man? The season we're about to have, wide receiver group. So I'm telling you, this wide receiver group we have is going to be, dude. I saw Turpin too. Y'all know my little boy Turpin. Dude, Turpin, man, that little tiny dude is quick. I say, hey, are you gonna be the best in the league this year? What we gonna do, man? I got you. I love that little dude, boy. Hey, I get little chipmunks talking about him because he could have played with us. He's one of us. The Turk, one of us. I like that dude, man. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah. I think we are light at left tackle, at the tackle. Yeah. I saw the boys at tackle, and I'm we're going to be built inside out. I think both sides of the ball, both sides of the ball, and we just got to find some. Yeah, I'm going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Steele's going to be okay. We're going to be okay on that line. We're going to be okay on the line. And let me tell you what I feel better about anyway, even when we're talking about the line. I feel so good about where Dak is to help control that part. You know what I mean? Dak can, who's at the door? Dak can help control that. Dak has the ability to get that ball out of his hands quickly to make things happen, and that's where this play has to come. What's that? Oh, okay. That's where this has to come in. Dak has to Tom Brady me here. I know Dak put on some good muscle. He looks great, but think about it. If you were worried, or you like you said, we're a little light at tackle, but we're solid up front, and we're solid tackles and guards. I mean, now we're playing the quick game. We're playing the quick game early on in the game to give these big boys outside time to get tired. I don't mean that to rhyme. To give our tackles time to assess what they're going against. You don't come right in the game and start dropping back deep routes and putting them on islands. You come in the game, boom, 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 boom. And Dak can do that now. He can get the ball out of his hand quickly. We can move the ball that way until this settles in out here. The boys on defense gets a little tired. The guys on offense understand what they're going against a little bit more. Then you take a little more risk and drop back a little deeper. Okay. All right. The people are coming here now because I got to get ready to go to this next appearance. I told you where we're going, to the Pump Gala Foundation. And I'm going to be looking for Denzel, but I'm trying to find Denzel to bring him on the White House show. I called him, but maybe he's changed his number. People like this change their number quite a bit. But if anybody tweeting, texting, or talking to him, or if he posts anything, I want you to say to him, man, Michael looking for you. Michael Irvin said he's looking for you, Denzel. But I'm about to go see him right now.